course. Any updates on Sam?
No, we'll get them looked at tomorrow. What day is it today?
Thursday.
Okay, so Saturday I'll have something for you.
And then just looking at this game, obviously chances are so hard to come by in the series, but your team's ability to use the forecheck to turn that defense and offense, just how much did you like that tonight, and just especially that start for the team?
The start's good. I don't know what the shots were. I looked up at one point toward the end of the first, it was 5-3. So it didn't feel like that to me, like every puck that goes to the net you worry about, or you're hopeful maybe at the other end.
Yeah, Paul, with the Bennett line seemed to be really buzzing out there. Just what did you like about the way that the three of them were tonight?
I thought you saw a really veteran game out of those guys, because a lot of what we gave up in game one, they were on the ice for. As you would understand, that's a really high-end line they're playing against, but they gave up an awful lot on the rush. Mostly out of aggressiveness and trying almost too hard, and they settled their game a bit and let the forechecker be aggressive and kind of read off each other maybe almost a little more relaxed in the game. I know they were going, so it felt like they had pressure, but they actually played a little bit more of a patient game in the first period. I got rewarded for it, but they were very, very good tonight.
Left side up front.
I know you said either this morning or yesterday that you don't, the whole road warrior thing is not something you think about, but I mean, this is now a trend, 22-4 in the last 4 road games. Goals. I mean, what are you guys doing to sort of take teams immediately out of their games?
If I knew that, I think we're a game over 500 on the road this year. I'd have used it way earlier. Like, I wouldn't have waited for the playoffs. I'd have fired that right out in December. I would say that style of game wise, that we don't put a great weight on execution and how we feel. So whether it's pretty or not doesn't matter to us. And we don't play much differently at home. It's pretty similar. But last year we were a pretty dominant road team, and this year we were good until about the last month and a half, and then kind of some injuries and stuff. So I don't think that we feel any differently on the road. The intimidation of the road game kind of left our game 15 years ago. You can be a good road team now. I mean, it used to be different going on the road. It has nothing to do with the fans. I think the buildings are louder, the music's louder, the fans are louder, but just the structure of teams, the structure of lines. It used to be, if you got down 2-0 at home, your fourth line didn't even ask if they were going out. They just jumped over the boards, and they didn't bring all their equipment with them. Right? It was on. So it's different now.
Right side, second row.
Paul, do you remember what first inspired putting Verhaeghe, Bennett, and Tkachuk together?
Over the last 2 years, so we would start and we would have 2 years ago, so 3 full seasons ago, Nick Cousins was left wing and Carter Verhaeghe was left wing, and we would flip them back and forth with Barkov. And it worked every time. And then this year, it never worked once, right? Like, I could never find the right timing to flip them back and forth. And it was off all year. Don't know why. But I think Evan Rodriguez kind of has come in last year, and really in his playoffs came into the form of his game, which allows that to be a really good line. But some of it's road match, some of it's home. Carter has become, he is a playoff performer. And if Barkey gets matched hard, then I would pull him off. And then if it's not as hard a match, I don't mind him there either. I don't know is the answer. Like, I was looking for that answer all year. I got it wrong the entire year. First 2 years, I thought I was really smart. Every time I changed it, the lines would take off, and I go, man, I'm smart. And this year, I was a dumbass. I don't know that it's changed, but Carter was good tonight. So.
Left side, third row.
Coach, Matthew scored tonight. It was his first goal in 10 games. He said,
really?
He says he doesn't. Well, you kind of answered my question. I was going to ask you, are you aware of skids like this?
It was power play goals
like in Game 3.
The Tampa series, yeah.
I was going to ask you if you were aware of skids like that, or you don't really pay attention.
I think Lusty's still our leading scorer. That I know, and I don't follow that at all. Truly, I never ever look at the stats. It just doesn't matter. Like, I think that's more from them, from the players. So I don't have anybody who's in a contract year that's changed his game to get points where I start watching where a guy's at. I don't have anybody. They have never had a player come in and there are veiled ways to say you're not happy with who you're playing with. And I've heard them all. Or my favorite one is, I want to help the team more. That means I'm not playing enough. That's exactly what that means. I think I can help the team more. It's through 3 regular seasons, I've never had that happen. They don't care who scores. They really don't. The biggest cheer in the night was Yona Gadjevich blocked a shot in the 3rd period. The bench lost its mind. They cheer for each other differently.
Left side, second row.
Paul, 5-2 in game 1, 5-0 in game 2. Are you a little bit surprised how these games have played out with these two teams?
I get it. This is so much tighter than the score tells you it is. Because every puck that goes to net, they have a really, one of the elite strong side one-timer teams from Burns. The puck goes low to high on an indirect, and that puck comes to net, and every single one of them is dangerous. Every single one. So this is not a flow series. It never will be between these two teams. It's a grind from one end, but it's a fast grind. Like, it's not casual in that, dump a puck and sit back is the exact opposite of what both teams do. They put it deep and they get after it. And this is a Ralph Kruger word, hecticity in the game. It's just hectic. And I'm not, clearly that's not a word, but Ralph used it, and it describes this series and how we play against each other exactly. The change of possessions, and I don't even know if we can measure that, but there's an awful lot of change of possessions when we play each other. It's just because the sticks are so good and they're on the puck and there's no gap. So there's not the comfort level that the final score tells you. You didn't feel it. It's 4-0. There are certain styles of game where it's over at 4-0. They're not coming back. But at 4-0, Barkov's going over the bench, off timeouts, off power plays. I'm still running the top end because that's why the offside was so important that got called back, because it's 3-0. But at 3-1 with 29 minutes left, 39 minutes left, you got a problem. So that was a really pivotal moment. And I will not feel comfortable going into game 3, but that's how I live.
Left side up front.
Paul, you've talked in the past about, how when you play at home, you can feed off the energy of the crowd. You're like getting the feedback from the crowd. When you're on the road and you can take an opposing crowd out of the game, they're leaving early. You've done that the last 4 road games. Does that filter down to the team and have a negative effect on the team you're playing?
Well, we've had some dogs at home. We've had some tough ones, but our crowd's really good to us, I don't think that you necessarily gain anything on the road. You just don't lose anything. So the other team scores, you're on the road, the building gets amped up. Dallas last night, 3-1 game. They scored that thing early and that building lit up, and now they're skating twice as fast as they did for the first 2 periods. There's a huge advantage to the home team and the emotional. I don't think that the road team participates in that. Like, if it's quiet, we don't know, right? The music's still really loud and they're cheering, so we don't pick up on that. But there can be a real advantage for the home team when they get something good to happen. It lights the crowd up.
Last question, left side, Jameson.
Coach, you talk about the offside being obviously a pivotal moment for you guys. We don't see the video coaches, obviously. They're behind the scenes. Just what can you say about the job those guys do, especially it seems like every year, the last couple of years during these playoff runs, there's always 1 or 2 of those moments that they have.
I think that's true. We have, so one of the advantages that we have is Miles Fee is an assistant coach. Now, he does the video, he does the pre-scouts, but he's also on the ice with every day. So on that one, the program feed that we're getting doesn't show it clearly, and that's a problem. The timeout's basically called because Miles believes it didn't look right. and John Kangemi is the other person in that room, and we go back to the Boston series, the hand pass on that goal that you'd remember. The only thing we had is it didn't look right. And waited, and found the clip at the end. Sometimes we just don't get the video to prove what we feel. So the timeout, you get Miles Fees in there, and he goes, it's got to be an offside. It is, but we can't prove it. So that's the timeout. We get then the blue line camera zoomed in, and we get one more look at it, and then it was pretty clear.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Handled these first two games and now heading home up 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, it was a good road trip for us, definitely. Guys work hard. We had we had a good game, complete game again. We skate, we work hard, we was relentless. So it was it was great wins.
Speaking of relentless, what you say about the job the guys did up, 5-0 there, but still holding on, fighting, blocking chops, working to get you that shutout.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, again, the group of guys are outstanding, and it's a privilege to be goalie for this team. So, but again, we enjoyed tonight, but get ready for next one. Next one is a big one, so we're getting ready.
What specifically were you seeing from the guys in front of you? I mean, Carolina's a team that leads in shot attempts, shots on goal, and it seemed like they didn't really, your guys didn't really give them too much tonight.
Yeah, the guys skate well. They were always in front of them. They skate. Sticks was great. Box outs. They keep the Carolina on the outside. So it's and the Carolina is a good team. They got good forwards, good D. So it's a good challenge, still a good challenge for us.
At any point, do you look at one of the guys on the team and say, "Hey, let one through so I can stay loose"?
Say again?
So is there any point you tell one of the guys like, "Hey, let one through so I can stay loose"? Seems like they were blocking or breaking up so many different shot attempts.
Yeah, they do their job very well. So and we work for each other, and again, it's fun to be. We build the atmosphere here, and it's a pleasure to be part of this atmosphere, but part of this locker room.
Sorry. How fun was it to see the Bennett line, and just from your perspective, what made them so good tonight?
Yeah, they were great as the all other lines too. They skate. They were on the same page. They play simple, play strong, play tough. So it was a great game, but we have to reset, refocus, get humble, and get ready for the home.
And now to be able to carry this over going home, just to be able to go be 2-0 going home, just what does that mean?
Yeah, it's a new game. The score 0-0, so and we're gonna prepare ourselves for the fight.
Jones this morning said you guys wanted to get greedy and make sure you guys took care of business. Got to. What does it feel like heading home now at 2-0?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, that was our goal right from the beginning, and we got what we wanted, but still, obviously, lots of work to do, and we're not gonna relax or sit back now. We know it's gonna get more difficult for sure.
How big was that first period? Gus scoring about a minute in, you guys getting 3 goals in the first, just to set that tone.
Yeah, it's big. I think, especially last series, we struggled with our starts a little bit early in the series, and that was a bigger emphasis for us this series, and we definitely did a better job of that tonight.
What was the key to your forecheck tonight, especially your line? I mean, the puck support on that first goal seemed to, personify everything for the rest of the period.
Yeah, I mean I think that's our strong suit, especially our line. That's what we do. That's what we're best at, and it's just when we're on with our relentless pressure, just one after another. We know it makes it difficult on them. So we try to do that every night. Sometimes it's more difficult than others, but tonight we were able to get on them.
Yeah, and Carter, he's known for these clutch goals, but obviously he showed again that he could play make with the best of them.
Yeah, he's a guy that does it all. He steps up in the biggest games, and he was a beast tonight.
And what about Matthew? He obviously had a big game and was, as scoring a goal for the first time, I think in 10 games. How, your thoughts on him tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he was great as well. I think he's been outstanding all playoffs. I mean, he's a guy that he doesn't need to score to be effective. He's doing everything on the ice for this team, and when he scores, it's just an added bonus for our group.
Also got 2 goals tonight at the net with just passes across the crease or stuff chances. That says a lot too, to be that determined to get to the net for those.
For sure, that's playoff hockey. There's going to be a lot more, we call them just greasy goals. banging away at the net, throwing pucks to the net. They're not all going to be pretty, especially in the playoffs. So, we'll take them however we can get them.
What can you say about what Bob's doing? It's really obviously a tough challenge for him. It doesn't seem much for several minutes. Then it seems like a grade A chance, kind of on and off for him.
Yeah, he's incredible every night. His composure in the net and his focus, game in, game out. He's always dialed in. He makes the big save when he needs to, and that gives our team so much life, so much momentum. And we love Bobby.
Do you know who gets the wine now tonight?
No, that'll be a draw picked out of the hat sometime next week. So hopefully I'm the lucky winner.
And how did you just like the way your group responded without Sam Reinhart for the final 2 periods, seeing fourth line guys stepping up and rotating around, and trying to do what they could to help you guys not lose composure or whatnot?
Yeah, we've had guys step up all year, and when guys go down, it's just someone else's opportunity to fill a bigger role. And again, everyone stepped up tonight and helped fill that massive hole.
Obviously, you guys came here on a mission to win these 2 games. What's it supposed to feel like now, heading home 2-0?
Well, it's a great feeling. Take these next few hours to appreciate the hard work that's been done so far. But again, we're just looking towards Game 3, staying composed, staying humble, and getting ready to go. Job's not done. We know what works. We know the recipe, and it's about staying mentally focused on our goal, and that's the next 20.
What do you like about your forecheck? You're forcing a ton of turnovers and generating a lot of offense off those turnovers.
Yeah, I think we're skating really well, and again, there's no hesitation. One guy reacts to the other, and we get on their body, and we reload, and that's going to cause them to turn pucks over. So definitely using our speed, but again, staying composed, staying within the game plan, and not forcing anything.
Sam goes down in the first period, and then I think a lot of you guys were rotating in on the first line. What does it say about the team that guys can step in, fill those roles at kind of like a moment's notice?
Yeah, obviously hate to see a guy go down, and as a team and as a band of brothers, you pick everyone up. So as far as myself getting upline shifts, it's great. I don't see myself trying to change my game at all, and I'm trying to just do the same things I do on the fourth line, and not trying to force anything. So I thought we did a really good job at kind of staying composed there. Mentally, it's tough, but we have a great bench. Guys are loud, and they support each other. And again, you see guys are blocking shots, guys are working hard, and it's easy to get comfortable in these types of games, and we don't get comfortable. And that's the biggest thing I think you see is the willingness to stay within that game plan and stay hard.
Talk about the first period, please. Probably everybody expected Carolina to give you a pushback from Game 1, but that never even materialized. You guys just took complete control from the start.
Yeah, we knew they were going to come out hot, and especially with the crowd in their favor. But Forsey's goal was huge to start the period, and again, not being able to just settle and become comfortable there, that's huge. They're a good team, and these are hard games. I know the scores are a little lopsided here, but again, they're hard games. These are grinding games, and so to be able to keep doing that for 60 minutes after kind of getting a lead, that says a lot about a team.
That whole line had a great night tonight, but what about the game Matthew played?
Matthew's great. He's at his best in big moments. And, we're so lucky to have him. I think the way he kind of slows the game down with the puck, makes the right decisions, and he's also, able to be the agitator without taking penalties. That's huge for us.
Chucky, obviously coming off that first loss, you knew the Canes were going to come out and want to have a strong first period, a strong push. How did you guys kind of prepare for that and, in essence, kind of flip the script on them there in the first?
Yeah, it's not... when you look at it, you go from a Game 7 into a Game 1. Those are two pretty high intent. All of them are high intense, but those are as riled up as you're going to get. And it might have been natural for us to take a little bit to get going tonight, and it was the exact opposite. It was an unreal start from us. The goals aside, just the way we played in the first period was as good as it gets. And yeah, it's just a hell of a road trip.
Stay on the left up front, Mike.
Yeah, Matthew, on that point, I mean, your forecheck tonight, especially your line, what was the key? I mean, that puck support on the first goal just sort of epitomized what it felt like the whole night for all three of you guys.
Yeah, I think just, I don't know, don't think, just skate and hit when it's there, be above your guys after you do it, and make sure there's a third guy in a good, responsible position to either get back first, just be above them. Don't give them anything off the rush. We talked about that for years here. But I think just our line, we're good sized guys. Try to be physical, and doesn't just have to be one person. It could be any one of us. So I thought it was a good job by all three of us getting on the forecheck tonight.
Stay on the left up front.
Carter, obviously losing a guy like Sam Reinhart isn't an easy person to replace, but how did you feel that the group did in replacing him for the 2 periods, you moving up and down the first and second line, and then the fourth liners doing their part in top 6 roles for 2 periods?
Yeah, we have such a deep team, and everyone can play with anyone. I mean, we have so much skill up and down the lineup, and guys that weren't in the lineup have been playing really well for us over the playoffs. So I think it's kind of next man up mentality, and Sam's obviously a huge part of our team, and hopefully he's doing okay. And but yeah, I mean, we're just focusing on the next shift, and the guys did a hell of a job to keep up with the tempo.
Left side, third row.
Yeah, hey, Matthew, a couple of guys in the room said you don't seem to care if you're not scoring as long as the team is winning, but you did score tonight. How did it feel to get on the board? And Carter, what did you see on that play, how that play developed that resulted in Matt's goal?
Yeah, I think I just took the puck, got a nice play from Meeksy. Benny was hard on the forecheck, and Meeksy gave it to me. I just took it to the net, saw Matthew driving back door, and just tried to put it on a stick, and he did the rest like he does.
Hey, Matthew, is that true that you don't really care if you don't score as long as you guys are winning?
We're in up 2 games to 0. I do not care how we get there. If it goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I've never cared, but sometimes it's nice to see it go in, but it is what it is sometimes. I'm not Ovechkin, so they're not always going to go in. So, but when they do, they feel nice.
Left side, back row.
I don't need to tell you guys what the stakes are here. It's obviously really high. A bunch of your teammates, Paul, talking about how you expected Carolina's best punch. What I'm wondering is, do you guys get nervous before these games?
I think a little bit. There's definitely some more juice in the games than in the regular season. I think it's easier to get up for them, and we're a confident group, and I think we're just more excited to play for them and play for each other. And in the big moments, we have a lot of guys that seem to kind of rise to the occasion and enjoy playing in them. And yeah, I think a little nerves, but they're always good.
Do you feel them at all?
I don't know. Sometimes, I guess. I mean, I was not really anymore. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I think I was the most nervous I've ever been was before Game 4 of the finals last year in Edmonton. But ever since then, I mean, not really a whole lot. But that's just because you know how you're going to play. If we didn't know how we're going to go play out there and prepare, and if we were, I don't know. We're prepared. We know how we're going to play. And we know how each line's going to go out there, and we try to roll over them. And sometimes it doesn't work out perfectly, but when you know your game, you shouldn't be too nervous about it. You get beat. Games, you get beat. I mean, we've lost. I don't know how many we've lost in playoffs. We lost a bunch last year. Like, it's not always going to be perfect all the time, but you just continue to do the right things, and you shouldn't. It's natural to be a little bit nervous, but when you have a good plan and you have a great work ethic like our team does, it shouldn't be as bad.
Right side, second row.
Matthew, Carolina is one of the highest shot volume teams in the league every year. By the third period, their fans are chanting, "Shoot the puck at them." Do you sense that there is some hesitancy that's crept into their game because of the way you guys are playing them?
No, not at all. I mean, they're a great team. I think you got to be careful the way you look at the shots. I mean, some games tonight they had however many. Some games they have 50. Like it's just part of the game. I mean, they're really good at throwing pucks at the net with some traffic and looking for sticks, creating havoc off that. I don't know. I think maybe we just did a great job of blocking shots tonight. I don't know.
Left side up front.
For either you guys or for both, last 4 road games you guys have played have been pretty dominant. Fans have left, the arena early. Like, just what's it like to basically kind of suck the energy out of an arena, and do you think that translates down to, the team you're playing?
It's fun when you're on the road and it goes quiet and feels like we're doing our job. But yeah, I think we've had a good couple starts, and that's had a lot to do with it. And yeah, I mean, some games you're gonna win like tonight, and some games it could have been 1-0. You know what I mean? And I think it's just for us to stay focused on what we need to do and not change the way we play, whether we're down 5 or up 5. So. Yeah.
We have time for 2 more questions. Right side.
Matthew, at what point in the game did you realize that Carolina was frustrated with what you guys were doing to them? Is there a point in the game where you guys sensed that?
No, I didn't really sense it tonight. I didn't really sense too much frustration from them.
Last question, left side,
Yeah,
Dan.
Matthew, you just said, the nerves aren't really there because you know how you guys are going to play. The Hurricanes typically know how they're going to play too, and right now they're questioning themselves a little bit. As much as you win on the scoreboard, is that a win in this series too, halfway home, that you've got maybe the other side questioning themselves?
No, I just think that there's adjustments that are made by both sides in a series like this. I mean, it's 2 teams. We play similar, but not necessarily the exact same. I know it might look like it sometimes, but I just think that there's stretches of the game where they dominate us. That's always been the case. Whether it's a few shifts or half a period or whatever the case is. Like, there's been stretches tonight where they played really, really well. So I'm sure that they're just going to want to do that more, and we're going to want to see it less. So it's just back to the drawing board. We all know it's not the first of 2, it's first of 4. We've seen that throughout this playoffs, and both teams, I'm sure, will make some tweaks and adjustments, and hopefully both teams, and hopefully we're ready for I don't even know what day it is right now. Hopefully we're ready for Game 3.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.